Anyway, thank you, Dahlia and Jack. Coming to the next stage, please welcome Elijah Tan from Astra Enterprise.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I think mostly new faces, but I also like seeing some of the friends here. I'm really happy to be here. So I guess before I start, I'll just briefly introduce myself. My name is Elijah. Before I was with Astra, basically I was working at Goldman Sachs in investment banking, and then subsequently to Binance and then Coins.ph as head of exchange. So currently I'm holding on to two roles. One of my roles being at Sora Venture as a partner. We primarily are focused on building the next wave of digital asset treasury companies focusing on Bitcoin here in Asia. And namely, Astra is one of our beloved portfolio companies that is on the Thai market, right? So I think we just want to touch on a little bit about what Astra is about, because we are pretty new. We are pretty much only 3 weeks new as a new brand name. So Astra Enterprise was previously known as DVA Public Company Limited. So we're listed on the Thai Stock Exchange. It's actually an old company that's already been listed for more than 30 years. And the decision to basically take over this public company is because we believe here in Asia and especially here in Thailand, there's really a lot of opportunities here for us to not just build within the DeFi world, but we see enormous potential for us to bridge between the traditional public company, basically the public equity market together with Bitcoin, right? So if any of you are familiar with finance, you probably know about the efficient frontier method. Basically, we think that there's enormous opportunity for us as and when we add a new asset into the mix, right? And as of now, the way we see it is that a lot of people would ask why are we doing digital asset treasury company? The common thing is that we already have MicroStrategy listed on Nasdaq. Why do we need one, right? For us, it's really about wanting to serve the Thai market more intimately. Access is namely the biggest problem, right? A lot of Thai investors here are not able to access the Nasdaq stocks that as they have. We know that currently there's a lot of RWA and tokenization efforts that's ongoing. But ultimately we still need to admit to the fact that the public market, stock brokerages that people are already using, are already familiar with, they already trust it. That's where you find the biggest pool of capital, right? So I'll just go on to some of the timeline, so then maybe everyone can get more familiar with what Astra is about. So we mentioned, it's been established and founded in for 45 years right now. Our market cap right now sits around 230 mil US dollars. And we have only started this project officially around June last year, right? So what have we done so far is that namely in September last year, we have actually invested in BitPlanet, which is actually the largest South Korean public company that is into digital asset treasury. And then just earlier in March, we have actually acquired a Thai SEC custody digital asset license as well, which is going to be able to help us to service the local exchanges, especially, and also the local Thai market, because we see ourselves as a player not just within the exchange game, not just within the custody game, but we want to embed ourselves into the digital asset, what we call the neo finance business, where everything comes together in one package, right? So just want to also share about the general cap table about who's behind this project. So we mentioned, we have Sora Ventures, which has been around for more than 10 years. We started out mostly investing into DeFi, into Web3 in general, but over the last 2 years, we have been laser focused in building up public companies here in Asia that is specializing in doing Bitcoin digital asset treasury. So as of today, we have 5 public companies already in Asia. We are listed on Nasdaq. We are listed in Thai Stock Exchange. We are listed in Taiwan. We are listed in Japan as MetaPlanet. And then we are also listed in Korea, which is BitPlanet, which we talked about earlier. UTXO is a relatively like less familiar name, but like if you were to mention like Bitcoin Magazine, I think it's hopefully you guys are no strangers to it. They're basically not just the media arm, but they're also like the organizers of Bitcoin Vegas and the previous like Bitcoin Miami and etc. So last year we were also like the group was also like hosting Bitcoin Asia in Hong Kong, which we had like a record turnout of over 30,000 people. And then next will be Simon. He's the CEO of MetaPlanet. So obviously, like being in the digital asset play within the Bitcoin ecosystem, MetaPlanet being one of the early Sora Ventures like portfolio. He's also like a very strong supporter in what we are doing here in Thailand. So he has also joined in as an investor. And then after that, you have Asia Strategy and Moon Inc., which are like the Hong Kong and Nasdaq listed companies that we mentioned earlier. And then next we have like Cliff Capital and Mythos. Cliff Capital is basically like our partner here in Thailand, who is pretty much like a multi-family office that's very, very strong in capital market. It provides us with like the kind of like access and the skills we need in order to like bridge the capital market that we want to here. And then this is just a showcase of like Bitcoin Magazine and their influence. Basically David Bailey, who's the founder of Bitcoin Magazine and UTXO, is currently serving as a crypto advisor to the Trump administration. Over here you have like a brief kind of like a ranking league table as to like how much Bitcoin everyone has. Everything is open on like bitcointreasuries.net. For Astra strategy, for Astra Treasury, we are still trying to build up our stack, but very soon we'll be seen within like the top rank, hopefully. Over here is going to be a long list. In fact, this is only as of March. Right now we have like a board of like around 13 people. So I'm just going to mention like the more notable names that hopefully you guys can connect with. The top left corner here, you have Kunchak. He's from the CP family, also like a very active supporter of like Web3 in general. And he has also like held on to roles such as like Lightnet as a co-founder and various other Web3 investments here. We have Ms. Pom Pring, who's acting as independent advisor for us. She is previously most well known for like her role with Financia and also like 1x. We have Pimu from UGBI, which I believe like most of the group here would already know about like the projects he's active in, which is like namely Plurn and a couple of many others. So let's go to the next one in the interest of time. Effectively, what we want to do here, I think we can basically like generalize into three things, right? So obviously we want to accumulate like a Bitcoin on our balance sheet as a public company. And then, secondly, we want to continue to strengthen our media business, which was an existing business of like the company when we took it over. And then lastly, like we mentioned, we want to expand like the digital asset business as an ecosystem, right? So which means that we're not gonna only be confined within like what we can do within like a digital asset within Web3, but we want to like, basically make it more seamless. We want to like bridge together with like what a traditional brokerage, a traditional asset manager could give users as an access. Yep, so pretty much our roadmap is that like we are really only at the very beginning of what we try to do. Right now we are building the awareness, given that the rebranding has just like completed. We are quite excited that we want to go into that. And then very soon, you guys will be hearing more about like Astra Enterprise, about like what we're going to do. And namely, we'll be stepping into more of the brand names, either as a partner or either as an investment target together. And then you'll be able to like see us being able to interact more closer to the users here in Thailand as well. For us, like our target would not really just be on the Bitcoin that we hold on to, but we want to focus on a broader definition of that, which is what we coin it as a digital asset under supervision. So as we mentioned, that we have Raka custody. So we are able to help people with like safeguarding and custodying their assets, be it like, if they are holding on to another like digital asset license and providing services, or like just maybe for family offices here as well. So the eventual target is that like by 2028, we want to get to 10,000 Bitcoin equivalent for asset under supervision. For us, basically within like the next 2.5 years, we want to get to top 3 across all of the business lines, right? So by the business lines, it would really mean that like it would take a lot of like potential M&A. We were gonna explore a lot of targets for us in order to get there, because when the board of directors sat together, we kind of like realized one thing very quickly, which is that in order to get the top 5, we cannot build this on our own, right? We will need help, we will need partners, we will need co-investment partnerships in order to drive this going forward. Sorry, for the interest of time, there's really a lot more that I wanted to share, but I think the organizers wouldn't have allowed me to. But thank you so much for everyone's time and attention.